All right, let's jump right in. Have you ever stopped to wonder how a giant global company gives literally hundreds of thousands of employees the exact same desktop experience no matter where they are in the world? Well, it's not magic, it's all about architecture. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the incredible design that makes it all possible. I mean, just think about that number for a second. 250,000 people. That's a whole city. So how on earth do you give every single person a secure, stable, and identical digital workspace? It's one of the gnarliest challenges in IT today, but the answer you'll see starts with something surprisingly small.
You see, when you build a city, you don't just plop down a skyscraper. You start with a single brick, a single perfectly formed block. And in the world of virtual desktops, that foundational piece, it has a name. It's called the Omnissa Horizon Pod. And I want you to think of it just like a high-tech Lego block. It's this self-contained, really powerful unit whose entire job is to act as the bridge connecting a person, like you or me, to our virtual desktop. It's the absolute bedrock of this whole system.
So let's take a quick peek inside one of these blocks. Now don't worry, we're not going to get lost in the technical weeds here. Just think of it like this. The connection servers are the front doors. The vCenter and vSphere clusters, that's the brain of the operation. And the storage and database, well, that's the memory and the filing cabinets. The key thing to remember is that every single pod has the whole shebang. It's a complete self-sufficient package.
Okay, so this building block is powerful. It's got everything it needs. But just like any building block, it has its limits. And understanding these limits is totally crucial to seeing why we have to think bigger.
First up, remember those front doors we talked about? Well, a pod can only have 7 of them, a max of 7 connection servers to manage everyone trying to get in. Just 7 gates into the building.
And here it is. This is the big one. A single pod, with all its parts humming along, can support up to 20,000 people at the same time. Now, that's a ton of users for sure. But for those huge global companies, that number is a ceiling. It's a hard limit they're going to hit, sooner or later.
And that right there, that's the game-changing question. If your one amazing building can only hold 20,000 people, how do you build a city for 250,000 people? Well, you don't try to make the building infinitely taller. You start building more buildings, and then you connect them. So how do we do it? How do we scale? This is where we make the leap from a single building block to a massive, sprawling digital metropolis. This is where we see how the architecture lets us build an entire city skyline. The magic is called Cloud Pod Architecture, or CPA. Look, if the pod is the building, CPA is the city grid. It's all the roads, the power lines, the communication systems that link all the individual buildings together into one giant connected community, what we call a pod federation. And this just lays it out perfectly. Picture this. You've got a pod running in New York, serving 20,000 users. You've got another one in London, and a third in Tokyo. On their own, they're just lonely islands, but with CPA, you build bridges between them. Suddenly, they're not islands anymore. They're one massive, interconnected continent. And there it is. By linking those individual pods together, the total capacity just skyrockets all the way to 250,000 users. So remember that crazy problem from the beginning? That's how you solve it. You don't build one giant impossible building. You build a city of powerful buildings and connect them with a really, really smart grid.
Okay, so we've built our digital city. Awesome. But so what? What does this actually mean for a company? Or more importantly, for the people using it? What's the view actually like from the top of this skyscraper? Because it's not just about big numbers. It's about what those numbers enable.
The benefits are just huge. Global entitlements just means if you're a user in London, you can get to your desktop even if it's running in New York. No problem. High availability and disaster recovery? That means if the entire Tokyo data center goes offline, poof, the system is smart enough to just redirect everyone to London or New York automatically. The city never sleeps. And for the IT pros, the best part is they manage this whole global operation from a single pane of glass. You know, this quote from the source material really just nails it. A pod is the basic building block, and you link multiple pods together with Cloud Pod architecture to create this massive system. It's really that elegant. You start with one block, then another, and before you know it, you've built an empire. So there you have it, from a single Lego block to a global metropolis. That's the journey of this architecture. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? As this kind of technology gets even more powerful, what does it mean for all of us? When your office is in a building but a secure desktop you can access from anywhere in the world,
How will architectures like this keep redefining where and how we all get our work done?